friends, Tex here. For this particular video, we're opening up a Comcast It's Your Play 4K primary TV box. Now, I have to give you a little backstory here. Someone in a previous video said, hey Tex, why don't you order a 4K box? So I did. And then recently, my queue, if you go back just a couple videos, in the last week or so, you'll see a video where I asked Comcast to send me a box. They said, sure, we'll send you a box. And they sent me a box. It was not a 4K box. It was actually more of a satellite TV box. And maybe it can do 4K. I really don't know. But this is what I really needed. So I called Comcast again and said, hey guys, I don't think you sent me the right box. And they said, they looked at the numbers and like, sure enough, yes, you're correct. This is the wrong box. So this is actually the 4K box. And I feel pretty good about this. This is brand new. I can see it's definitely sealed. It's not ripped open here. There's like a little rip tab. It's never been opened. So I have a brand new, and it definitely looks like a 4K primary TV box from Comcast. So we're going to open this up right now as kind of an unboxing just to give you guys an idea of what the Comcast 2021 4K box looks like, okay? And I may do another video down the road with some more features and that kind of thing, because there's a lot to take in here. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to show you what this looks like. If you want this box, just call Comcast, and apparently they will just send you one. Hopefully they'll send you the right one the first try, though, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and open this up. We're going to go ahead and pull the tab here. It's Your Play. We're just going to rip that open just like that. And here goes nothing. I'm really excited, guys. I wonder what this looks like. Okay, and we're pulling this open, and it says, imagine the possibilities. You're just moments away from experiencing Infinity X1. Happy unboxing. Well, thank you. I really appreciate that. It's like they knew I was going to do unboxing here. I mean, I have to say that I appreciate the fact that they understand that people enjoy unboxing new electronics, because I certainly do, you know, and companies like Apple and Microsoft and Comcast, apparently, that go to the trouble of actually having little messages and having the inside, the outside's brown cardboard, but the inside's all white matte, and there's actually an extra piece of, they went to the trouble, okay? They went to the trouble of sticking, this is like a piece of foam core, okay? That is like foam core double-sided sticky tape. This whole thing is like double-sided sticky tape foam core stuck to the inside of the box. And the inside of the box is white, so it's interesting that the outside is brown, okay? Just like generic mailing package, but the inside, they went to that trouble of having it be white, and then also have like this extra piece of like double-sided sticky foam core taped inside with this. Imagine the possibilities. So to me, that's very interesting. Okay, so the first thing inside the box here, I'm going to cover my account number, is a little thing saying you need to return equipment, a little message talking about how to do returns. And there's this get started page here, and this does have an account number at the top of it, so I'm going to leave this part covering it. But basically it gives you the instructions, you know, find the instructions, which are right there, you know, install and activate the device, simple enough, and pack up any old equipment and bring it to your local store, or you can ship it UPS, which is really good, and that's where this tracking sticker comes in play. So I have to give them credit for, you know, having a very streamlined way of actually getting the return merchandise to them. If you don't want to go to the center, you can just mail it back to them. That's pretty cool. You know, I have to give it to them for that. So that's really cool. And right there is instructions, Xfinity.com/self-install. They're there to help. Okay, so that makes me feel good knowing that, you know, there is some online instructions if you need it. Okay, or if you have questions, of course, you can ask me, tuxtoys@gmail.com, and I'll always be willing to help you as well. But anyway, or visit Xfinity.com store locator and find the nearest store. So that's really cool too. So a lot of options, a lot of information here. I give them an A+ for effort on that one. Okay, so right here is the instructions, okay? And this is the X1 installation order. Okay, so this talks about it. This is English. I believe Spanish is on the back. It is, so very good. Multilingual, nice. And basically all you have to do, okay, this is not going to be an instructional how to install video, but all you have to do, if you're curious, okay, is the cable goes, you know, from the pole to your house, and somewhere in your living room or somewhere there's a little socket for Xfinity, just like that, and then basically you just take the coax, screw it in there, take it to a splitter, okay, and they will supply that splitter for you, because there is some splitters which are cheaper and not as good as others, so you want to make sure you're using a quality splitter that they approve of, okay, and then one wire goes to your box, this right here, and one wire goes to your wireless gateway, okay? If you don't have the gateway with them, then you probably just don't need the splitter then, you know, but most people probably have both these days. Okay, then it talks about first, you know, activating the gateway. You want to connect the wireless gateway first, because this may need some of that wireless stuff to make it work properly, okay? So you want that. And the second is to connect the converter and activate the primary TV box. So That's very easy to do, and of course that's part of the Get Started guide. And third is connect any additional boxes, okay? And that would kind of like be that video, the first thing they sent me saying, oh, this is a 4K box, and it wasn't a 4K box, it's more like a satellite streaming box, okay? So that is the additional boxes. So anyway, pretty good instructions, nice card stock, good quality. We have color words here highlighting, you know, the top of it for second, third. Seems pretty straightforward and pretty easy to follow. So again, I have to give them A for effort. Like, that looks good to me, okay? All right, so here we are, guys. This is the official box, okay? I feel good about this. This is not one of them sell like a satellite, you know, sub-room box or whatever. This is the main room box. And this does resemble the other one, but unlike the other one, where the little triangles were just like artwork, I see there is holes here. It looks like there is definitely, it looks like there's a fan right there. So it looks like there is a reason perhaps, or actually no, that is not a fan. It is the illusion of being a fan. There is holes for airflow, which is good. It's interesting how some of these are selected. Like, why is this one selected, you know, and not that one or something? And there's so many here, so I guess they want the airflow to go a certain direction. But it's very interesting how they did that. And maybe there's a logical, scientific reason for that. Maybe it's just to look artsy, but very interesting, all these like little triangles. We're going to come back to this box and show everything about it in a moment, but before I do that, I do want to look at the accessories. So we're just going to put this aside for right now. Sorry to go off on the little triangles, but I found that really interesting. All right, we're going to pull this up here, and this is usually where they have accessories. So we're going to take a look, and oh my gosh, look at this. Very slick, guys. Getting started guide. So very cool. We have a little guide here. Looks like there's our box, and this talks about it in different languages. Talks about billing information, talks about power adapters, hooking things up, and we'll go through this actually on the box when we look at it, but it looks like there's, you know, cable in, cable out, input, that's really interesting, input. I wonder if you can plug a computer in there or something. Huh, very interesting. Our video game system. HDMI to TV. Okay, that goes out to the TV. Okay, and it looks like there's a few extra little things circled here, which maybe we'll come back to those, okay? It looks like there is a thing here for power. Okay, so the red is power. I'm guessing yellow is Ethernet. And that one is a little interesting. Let's see, then it talks about doing selecting on your TV and then activating the voice remote. And I have to say, you have to be careful, because if you do actually power on the new remote control with your old converter box being open in the room plugged in, it will want to pair with your old converter box, and it is really a pain in the derriere to try and get it repaired, at least to me it is, to get the new remote paired to the new box if it somehow pairs to the old box. It's just a hassle you don't want. Okay, let me put it that way. So safety tip, please unplug your old box before you power on the new remote control, because it will want to hook up. It will want to go ahead and pair immediately. So and then there's pictures here, looks like different languages. So nice color. Nice color getting started guide. I like that. Again, everything like really taking care of me here. I feel definitely like they've went the extra mile. Lift for more. Okay, that's interesting. I guess I'm gonna be defiant here and lift this side first and see what we have under window number 1. And this is a very beautiful remote control. This is the same one we had with the sub room box. This is the newer style remote control. Okay, let me just go ahead and show you this real quick. I've talked about this on previous videos because this is the same pack-in remote control. You can see this is definitely a new one here. It has the pull tab. I do like it because they do include, I believe they'll include this time as well, brand new Duracell batteries. So it's nice to include brand name batteries with the remote control. So that's nice. I am going to leave the pull tab because I do not want it to pair with my old converter box. Okay, and inside here there's, you know, instructions about what to do with the different buttons. If you want to see more about this, I kind of go on a little rant about this in my previous videos, but just to give you a high-level overview, it's nice. I mean, it's texturized like rubber, so it definitely has a little bit of a grip to it, which is nice. It's not just plastic, it's like a rubbery coating on top of plastic. I do feel like these little triangle, like up, down, left, right, are a little harder to navigate than the older style remote control, which I will show you. This is the older style remote control, as dirty as mine is. I've had this for like 10 years or something. I think you can see like basically up, down, left, right. You know, I feel like this is a little easier to navigate than these like hidden buttons under the rubber. Okay, but all in all, I mean, it looks great. It's a little smaller, little smaller than the previous remote control. A little more angular with the front here. So they're definitely trying to like play. See how the front is like angled this way. and the back is angled that way. So definitely kind of going for an artistic statement. Even like the little line here, it's got some pretty sexy lines for remote control, and very interesting how deliberately they have these different opposing angles. So they're really trying to make this high futuristic and kind of artsy, if you will. The numbers feel rubbery, they feel nice. This microphone button just is kind of like a Smartie or a Candy, where it's kind of recessed in a little bit. It's curved inward compared to these other buttons that are perfectly flat. The Xfinity button is like a clear plastic that is not rubberized, so it definitely has a different feel than the other buttons. So like in the dark, I imagine it'd be pretty easy to hit the Xfinity button compared to hitting like, you know, play or something. Mute is right in the center, up, down, volume. I mean, it's pretty standard, pretty basic remote control, you know, as far as a full-featured converter box goes. So not bad, not bad. But definitely trying to make that artistic statement, which I would not expect. They're trying to be fancy here, guys. So anyway, so that is box number 1. Okay, let's take a look at the box number 3. We're gonna go out of order here. And it looks like this one here has your power supply, so brand new power supply, and it does feature the Xfinity cable management. I do like the fact they have these nice little Velcro ties. Like, to me, that's a nice little touch. Even this branded Comcast that says power. Okay, so it's kind of idiot proof, if you will. Like, it makes it simple. So if you're, you know, grandma's trying to hook up the remote control in the converter box, hopefully this will make it a little bit easier for her to know that this is indeed the power cord. Okay, hence the plug. So that should be pretty easy. Even like, notice how it's red, like, and on the little quick start guide here, it shows red for power. So they really went that extra mile to make this as simple as possible for people. So I have to appreciate that. That's nice. Kind of interesting how there is a brick for the power supply, and it's not just plugged directly into the box. But anyway, that's the deal with that. And then finally, we're gonna lift for more, the third part here, and this has our beautiful cables. So I have to say that I do like their cables. I'm a fan. I notice there is no DisplayPort cable, which maybe it doesn't really need one, but we do feature a HDMI. Okay, so that's this cable here, and this is nicely, it's got the ends on it. I'm sure you're familiar with what that looks like, HDMI, okay? And both ends, HDMI to HDMI. You can see right there, okay? And, you know, good thick cable. It's got the Comcast cable management. It says HD TV, so this is the one that obviously goes from the cable box to the TV. Again, branded Comcast. They went that extra mile, like quality cables, man. You know, for being a cable company cable, they feel really nice, okay? And this is the one that goes from the wall, and this does have that like nice little quick release, so it's like a plastic release, so you're not gonna scrunch your fingers up and pinch them trying to do your cable. Very nice and thick. Could be a little bit longer, perhaps. I'm not sure how long this is. It looks like maybe it's 6 feet. It says flex 6, so I'm guessing 6 feet. And this one here says coax, for coax cable, you know, for going from the wall to the converter box. So nice cables, good accessories, nice presentation. Like, all in all, they did a good job. Okay, and finally, let's look at the actual box itself. A few call-outs again, definitely into the little triangles. Very interesting how they did that. Again, lots of sharp angles. They're definitely going for an angular look, trying to make this look futuristic. Do note that there's no like numbers in the front here. Like, I've kind of gotten used to having a clock up here that tells the time, and maybe it tells a channel number or something. I don't believe anything shines through or anything. It looks like this is just solid black plastic. I may actually follow up on that later too. Looks like this does peel off, but it doesn't look like there's any kind of like black corner that is more like IR remote control sensor. It is just like corner covers, and the whole base here, it looks like, is covered in plastic that you can peel off. Okay, so to recap, this is the 4K converter box from Comcast. Indeed, this is the real one, okay? They sent the proper one. I have to give Comcast kudos for actually doing the right thing and sending me a fresh box. And obviously, it's a brand new box. Everything was perfect in the box. The whole experience was seamless. It didn't cost me any extra money. So everything was fine. Mistakes happen. They sent the wrong box. That happens sometimes. And again, if you refer to my other video, you can see what they sent me. Okay, they sent me a satellite box, which actually in form factor looked very similar to this. Okay, as far as the aesthetics of everything, I give them A+ for instructions, A+ for all the accessories coming with ties to say what they are. Like, it couldn't be any simpler, honestly. Where we fall into some grades, which might be a little less than A, the remote control, although it looks futuristic, it's very angular, it's very rubberized. I kind of am not a huge fan of these like under the arrow buttons. I find those kind of a little like not as precise as actually having a button. It's kind of like a laptop that doesn't have a left and right click, you know, for the mouse, but just has like you touch the touchpad or something. It just, as a gamer, it doesn't feel quite as precise. But I mean, it does look nice, and I love the fact they include the new Duracell batteries, so that's pretty cool. And I'm sure it's functional just as much as the previous one, which worked pretty good, to be honest. The voice and everything worked nicely, you know. The fact that it comes with high quality cables, like these aren't Monster brand cables or anything, but they can tell, you feel them, they're quality cables. These aren't like cheapo, you know, Chinese like Amazon or eBay cables or whatever. They feel nice, and especially the coax one with these ends definitely feels really nice. It could be a tad longer, perhaps. If anything, it might be a little hard to get from the wall to some people's TV position with this cable. It looks like this is 6 feet according to the numbers on the thing. It says flex 6, so I'm guessing that's 6 feet. But either way, even if it is longer than 6 feet, it doesn't really look that long to me in the big scope of things, you know. Now on to the final thoughts of the box. Love the style of it. Love the little triangles. Looks like it has good ventilation. Looks like it'd be very easy to set up. Those are all positives. The only negatives, I mean, I wish I had a clock. Call me old-fashioned maybe, but I do use that clock on the converter box to tell like what time a TV show starts, or, you know, and also even if like the TV's malfunctioning or the cable's offline or something, it kind of is useful to know what channel this is on, you know. So like it just helps to solidify if what is working and what is not working by being able to see a clock and a channel number on the converter box. It makes me feel good. Okay, so maybe it's something old school thought I need to just dismiss and forget about, but you know, in 2021 maybe they just aren't gonna do that anymore. But I'm just kind of used to it from all previous converter boxes having that little clock did help. Maybe they could have an LCD panel or something, you know. Like I feel like there could be something on here. The box itself feels very sturdy. I mean, as far as hooking everything up, it's very obvious what goes where. There is a few extra things which maybe we don't necessarily need, you know, but it's interesting they're there. I might look more into that, you know. And the box itself just, you know, artistically, again, it looks nice and would probably fit in nicely to any kind of home decor, you know, or entertainment center. So good for them on that. Looks good. So if you have any questions about hooking this up or about this, please reach out to me, tuxtoys@gmail.com. I'm here to help. But these guys obviously went through and included lots of different instructional guides to installing it both online and also just in physical form that comes in the box, you know, so that's really great. They actually have lots of instruction on how to hook it up, and they made it really simple where it should be fairly idiot proof, you know, as far as what goes where. Like, you know, there's only one spot for the HDMI to go, you know, and that one's covered. So I think it's pretty obvious, and they even color code some things like the power and whatnot. So very good. They could have included an Ethernet cable. I guess that's one negative. Like they could have included that. That probably comes with the gateway, but you know, it'd be nice if they had an extra one perhaps. But all in all, I feel pretty pleased about this. Again, I may do a follow-up video down the road. Okay, besides this unboxing video, I may do a video down the road with perhaps more information about the UI and how functional it is. My impression from what I've understood from hearing about it, basically it will tell you that much like when things went to HD, if you go to a channel which is available in 4K, but you're watching it in like regular definition or, you know, 1080p or whatever, it will say this is available in 4K. There'll be like a little message, so maybe I'll show you that down the road. But anyway, guys, I want to thank you for watching this video. Thank you for reaching out to me. Thank you for saying, hey Tux, you know, ask for the 4K, because I have a 4K TV, so I might as well, you know, go ahead and do that, or I can hook it to a 4K monitor, you know. So we do all of our editing in 4K, recording videos I record in 4K, although I don't always put them in 4K online because people tend not to watch 4K videos on YouTube at the point of posting this video. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.